Yo, how's it going, guys? KPR here bringing us another video, and today I want to talk about Battlefield in general, whether it's good or bad. Personally, I think it's good. It's definitely not bad at all. Some of the things, bugs, and glitches I've ran into though are insanely annoying, but that's what's going to come with a beta, and hopefully they are able to fix all those bugs I find. Now, I played it last week as well, but I was not able to record any content, which kind of annoyed me, and I was going to release a video back then saying my first thoughts about the beta, and my thoughts about it at first was like, it's all right. It's nothing. It's just all right for me. The first week, at least, that's when I encountered the most bugs. It's pretty annoying too when you're playing with friends. Sometimes it won't queue up the match together, and I actually heard that's kind of a thing with Battlefield in general because I played Battlefield 1 a lot, but I did not encounter as many of those glitches. It was kind of annoying though when it would ask, would you like to join your friend? Like, yeah, no shit, that's why we're in a party, I'm gonna want to join it. So yeah, there was just those cases where it was kind of annoying. But yeah, the party system kind of dookie from time to time. Hopefully they fix it. Like, we'll both be searching and sometimes it'll bug out and it won't find a match for either of us, which kind of annoying as well. But then there will be moments where one of us will get into the match, but then the other person won't. So now then we gotta leave the lobby and go into the main menu. It's like, bruh, kind of annoying, but I guess. Now, something I never really done in Battlefield though is that I rarely played this by myself. I would say the only one I played by myself was Hardline, and that's because I was in high school and I was like, yo, this is pretty fun. So I was pretty addicted to it for a while. But then, the other Battlefields, they were pretty fun as well. 2042, I tried to played it a few times just when it actually went to Game Pass. And nah, dude, that shit was so horrible. I've always hated all the vehicles in that game. And for Battlefield 1, you guys already know the artillery truck, most annoying tank, or yeah, version of the tank in that game. It was just for loser campers, and it was always insanely annoying to actually destroy it. So yeah, and right now I've seen that the classes actually got mixed in together. Like, engineer would be a separate class to assault. They basically be split up. Assault had the grenades and everything, take down the tanks, but now it got put in with the engineer, and I think it's called, was it called support? I honestly forgot what the class is called, but I'm pretty sure it's engineer here as well. Now, I don't know if anyone really likes those changes. I haven't really seen too much about Battlefield in general, just because I've also seen that this is going to be the COD killer. And I'm just like, dude, this is like two whole different genres. And I expect the beta to, of course, have way more player count than the actual, COD BO6 or whatever. But the thing about it, too, is that most of these COD fans that are switching over to this are most likely going to leave the game within a week as well, than just go to BO7 just because it's new. Now, the reason why I'm also saying that is because these are two whole different styles of gameplay. Like, you are in a much bigger map. Of course, you can play modes that might have a smaller sections, like I do with Breakthrough and Rush, and just because I find those game modes fun. Conquest, I never really like Conquest in any of the Battlefields. I personally don't like Domination either in COD, and that's what it is. It's just a bigger version of it. And they also have those 20v20 maps, or I think it was a bit bigger, I forgot, but in 2019 how they had those maps, and I was like, dog, this is just annoying, and Conquest all over again, and I don't like that at all. But that's just my opinion, my dudes. And what I really played a lot in Battlefield 1 was the Pigeon. I actually forgot what it was called there. And Operations as well. That was pretty fun, and I'm hoping to see somewhat of that return to this game, so you're able to go to different maps once you capture those objectives. I really loved those long battles. They were pretty fun. But what I've seen though, well, hopefully it's not all that we're going to see, all the game modes, but it's just Breakthrough right now that's somewhat similar to it, but it's just one map instead of it being multiple maps. Another thing I'm hope to see when this game actually fully launches is that they have different types of anti-tank weapons, not just this RPG. It's pretty annoying sometimes to take it down, because if you're the only one actually trying to focus it, you are not going to take down at all, because they're going to have other engineers just pocketing that tank, and you're just like, bruh, I can't really put a dent into this tank at all, and that's when they start taking the OBJs from you. But either ways, I've been having a pretty good time with this game, but I personally would never play Battlefield by myself. Even one of my other friends said that they love Battlefield 1 so much, but they're not going to be playing that by themselves. It's not really a game they enjoy playing with randoms, and I've seen it through firsthand, especially in this beta, is that the teammates are awful in COD. Now, just imagine those same teammates, but at a much larger scale. That's what you're going to get most of the times from what I've seen. And I've always hated this since they added that everyone can res. I believe in Battlefield 5 it started. And in 2042 I experienced the same problem as well, is that no one reses in this game. Most of the time you're going to be res by your teammates, not your teammates, your squad if you're lucky. But even then, that might be of a stretch. Most of the time it'll be a medic that will try to res you. But there are so many times where I've been next to someone waiting to be res, and they're not even in a gunfight. They're just looking out. They're not even shooting their weapon. It's just like, bruh, like, res me. I'm over here. I can help you with the point and just defend it. And I'm like 5 meters away from them. I'm like, dog, I'm right next to you. They just gotta make it so you're pinging, not pinging constantly, but there's some sort of indicator at the bottom of your HUD that a teammate within 10 meters, that's when it'll indicate that, yo, they can be res, they're not that far from you and stuff like that. And that should definitely be for medics for sure, even if they don't add it for everyone, but just add it to the medics, because there have been times as well where the medics just ignore me from different squads, and I'm like, dog, I was right next to you, you could have just res me. And then they just res their homeboy and sound like, bruh, and then we just get squad wiped right then and there. So yeah, definitely just not a game I would want to play by myself at all. I have played it a few times by myself, and most of the time it was really excruciating because it felt like my teammates weren't even trying to do the OBJ. I'm assuming these are more of the COD people that are playing it, because I have seen that allegedly the Battlefield fans do the objective, but it's just a bunch of the COD fans playing this game right now. And yes, it's going to be a bunch of them, especially for the first week, because they are hating on COD right now, which I don't mind, because right now BO6 hasn't been that fire, and have made videos in the past where it's like, dog, what are they doing with BO6? This is not that fun and stuff like that. But either ways, I know most of them are just like saying COD is dead is very stupid in my opinion, because clearly it's not dead, and they're just saying it just cuz. Like, a game that like that probably won't die for a very long time. Like, even now I think Battlefield 6 isn't going to be able to really compete with it. Like, it's not a bad game, of course, it's good, but it's definitely overhyped in my opinion. BO7, shit, I don't even know nothing about BO7, so I'm gonna need to wait to make my opinion on that, and I'll make it, of course, during the beta as well, whenever they have it, or if they even have one. But I also believe that the beta numbers are going to be high for that game, especially if they make it free for a while. It's like, dog, that's just what's going to happen with a free game, a new free game, and that they actually have decent servers, because the only other person that can really compete with COD was Battlefield. But they fumbled it with the past two games, Battlefield 5 and 2042. But I heard Battlefield 5 wasn't actually a bad experience. It was just bad publicity they got, since, you know, they were like, oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And then Battlefield fans were like, for sure, we won't buy it. And then 2042 was just really buggy at launch. So it's like, dog, that deterred a bunch of people from playing that game ever again. I don't doubt this game will be popular at all for, like, I would say the first month at most, but the player count is definitely going to dip down. That's just going to be normal, because most of those fans are just going to go to different games, or if they're just going to go back to COD, and that's what Battlefield fans want as well. And I'm just like, dog, don't you want, like, them to continuously add content to it? And the only way EA is going to be adding content to it is if they see people are playing the game. Other than that, they're just going to really let that game die on its own, or if people come back to it, they're just gonna be like, oh well, they're satisfied with the content, we won't really do much for it. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen like that to these fans, because I might actually get the game, but I still don't know, since it's not really a game I would play by myself at all, just because of the teammates alone. I generally do not like almost any of the teammates I've been playing with. Each one ignores the objective, goes off on their own, and isn't even rezzing other people. Like, the most rezzes I've seen always have came from me, and I hope they add stats like that again, like they had in Battlefield 1, where it shows, yo, this person had the highest rezzes, highest kills, and stuff like that. And I love the top squad thing. Just seeing it at the end of the match is just brings so much hype to the game as well. So yeah, definitely having fun with it either ways. Like, just because I talk negatives about some of the stuff in the game doesn't mean that I think the game is bad. Definitely overhyped though, in my opinion, but not bad. So I definitely give this game a solid 7 out of 10. There are a few things it's missing and other things that I'm just like, dog, this is somewhat of a cheaper version of the COD movement system, which I feel is like what they're trying to go for, since it got definitely way more fast paced and trying to go in some of the close quarters way more in this game from what I've seen, because in Battlefield there were some close quarter sections, but not as many as this game. Now another thing is that some of the OBJs are put in horrible spots, so just annoying as well, and that makes the experience much worse, and it feels like you're not really going to win in some of those matches. Like, it's just an uphill battle for the most part. But that's all I really got to say about Battlefield. Having a good time with it. 7 out of 10 for me right now, and we'll see if I cop it later. But let me know what you guys think about Battlefield, and if you guys feel like it was overhyped or if it met all of the expectations you were looking for, and hopefully they did for you guys. This is just my opinion. Just remember, you guys ain't gotta go with it. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you guys are enjoying the content, please subscribe. With that being said, have a good day and stay safe. Later.